This video explains how to sort the rows of a data table using the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you an example, and for this example we first need to install and load the data.table package, as you can see in lines 2 and 3 of the code. I have installed the package already, so for that reason I'm just going to load it with line 3 of the code. And then in the next step we also need to create an example data table using the data.table function, as you can see in lines 5 to 7 of the code. So after running these lines of code, a new data table object is appearing at the top right, which is called data. And we can print this data table to the bottom in the RStudio console by running line 8 of the code. And then you can see that we have created a data table containing 7 rows and 3 columns, which are called x1, x2 and x3. Now let's assume that we want to sort this data table based on the column x1. Then we can apply the setorder function, as you can see in line 11 of the code. However, before I'm applying this function, I'm first creating a duplicate of our input data frame, because I also want to keep an original version of our data frame. So after running line 10 of the code, a new data set called data new1 is appearing at the top right, which contains exactly the same values as our input data frame at this point. And then at the next step, I'm applying the setorder function to our new data frame, and within the setorder function I'm specifying the cols argument to be equal to the column name based on which I want to sort our data table. So after running line 11 of the code, our data table is sorted, as we can see by printing our data table once again to the bottom in the RStudio console. So now you can see that our data table has been sorted based on the column x1. It's also possible to sort a data table in decreasing order, as you can see in the next example in lines 14 to 16 of the code. So once again, I'm creating a duplicate of our data frame first, and then I'm also applying the setorder function in this example. However, this time I'm specifying a minus symbol in front of the column based on which I want to sort our data table. So in this example, I want to sort our data table based on the column x2, and I want to sort the data table in decreasing order. So after running lines 14 to 16 of the code, another output is returned at the bottom in the RStudio console, and as you can see, this time we have sorted our data table based on the column x2, and the highest value is shown in the first row of the data table, and the lowest value is shown at the bottom of the data table. It is also possible to sort a data table based on multiple columns, and this is what I want to show you in the third example of this tutorial in lines 18 to 20 of the code. So as in the previous examples, I'm first duplicating our data table, and then I'm applying the setorder function once again, and this time I'm specifying 2 columns to the cols argument. So in this case I want to sort our data based on the columns x1 and x2. So after running lines 18 to 20 of the code, another output is returned, and as you can see, our first column x1 has been sorted in increasing order. So the lower values are shown at the top and the higher values are shown at the bottom. And then within these subgroups, we have sorted the remaining rows based on the column x2. So the smallest value of the group 1 is shown at the top of the group with the value 1 in x1, and the highest value of this group is shown at the bottom of this group. And the same is the case for the second group, number 2. The rows of this group have also been ordered according to the values of the column x2. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.